Oh, what's just happened there, Shaki? We good?
No,
We're
don't
back.
worry, mate. I'm back.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I just remember there being so many cricketers in that hotel, and the lifts were nightmares because there were thousands of people trying to go up and down lifts. But no, that was cool. Yeah, I'm always, as I said, I have such fond memories of playing in Scotland that I'll go out of my way to catch up with anyone I play with over there. It's just such a good time and good. Yeah, it was great fun to be over there. So yeah, I'll catch up with anyone. It's only punter. It's all right.
Yeah, look, awesome memory for me as well. Last time I seen you face to face in life. At the time, you take these moments for granted, and you're just like, oh, we might catch up again at some point. I've never had the pleasure of seeing you again or really properly talking to you until this moment now on a screen. So no, I look back now and it's a really really fond memory. And obviously, I was excited for you. Ben Laughlin just been playing a couple of years back in Scotland for Clydesdale. We won a couple of titles together, and now you're playing for Australia. So this comes back to what was said at the start. I was a bit like, Benny, playing for Australia, mate. Like, and you're just like, oh yeah, Shaky, yeah, it's great, mate.
That's what happens. Yeah.
You then went, you got left out of the Australian team after that. You weren't selected for like the follow-up series. You had a really bad stomach injury.
Yeah, so post that we went straight to Dubai, and I played a couple of ones against Pakistan, and then after that was pretty much our summer gone, and I got left out of the T20 World Cup in England post that. So it was annoying, and then I made a horrible decision body wise. So I was playing with Mitch Johnson and Dougie Bollinger and I don't know, Ben Hilfenhaus and these guys who all bowled rockets. Like they were bowling high 140s and swinging it out. And I was bowling 132s. So, and these guys, they were big men. They were heaps bigger than me. So I made the decision I need to get bigger, stronger, bowl faster. And I think I came home and put on 10 kilos, maybe more, maybe 12 kilos. And horrible decision. So spend all your time trying to get big. And then first game of the year, I tore my ab. First short game of the year I played. And that was probably ended up being it might have been 8, 9, 10 week injury. And then came back for one game and tore my oblique the next game. And that was pretty much season over. So from then on, I've always, had to lose my 10 kilos again and get back to being skinny.
You're.
I think lesson learned.
I think you're suited more. You're never. I don't think your body structure, not from knowing you and being around you. You're a natural athlete. I don't think being like that big. And let's be honest, you were probably never going to be a 140 plus kind of guy. You were more one mid.
Well, if you look at the speed gun, Shaky, I am a 140.
What have you been getting up to? I've seen some late 130. You can get it late 130s. What's your quickest?
About 143, high
really?
143s. Yeah. I think our guns are cranked up a little bit to make us look better, but that's what I've got up to.
Mate. Good gas, mate. Anything over 140, then you should be maybe trying to push yourself into that right arm fast, not medium fast.
That was your bio that you said, so I was going to correct you, but
I'm sorry. Quick info says you're a medium fast. I've got to go off what they say. So, but I'll certainly back you, mate. If you're 140, if you're getting over the 140 clicks, then you should be pushing into that fast bowlers club. 2011 to 2014, you made a big move. You moved. You mentioned you played a bit more.
I did make a big move. Yeah, it wasn't my option though. So
you got left out. You pretty much your contract didn't get renewed at Queensland.
Yeah, got sacked from Queensland.
So you made the plunge over to the Fish Town.
So that was the first year of the Big Bash was kicking off. That as we know it now, was kicking off. So I think I was in Scotland. Yeah, I was playing. I went and played in Kendal in the Northern League of Lancashire. Okay. And I actually remember I came up to visit Clydesdale on our bye weekend, and that was when all contracts were getting signed for that. I remember signing it on the train on the way up. There you go. I forgot about that. I was staying at Jobby's place, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. No, I have seen you again after that because I remember that visit. I remember that well.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And then, so signed that. So I went down there with a Hobart Hurricanes deal, but not a Tassie deal. But the plan was to try and break into the Tassie team. So, had to make the move and sort of, pretty proud of myself for actually making that move. I think a lot of guys, when they get sacked, especially in Australia, it's a bit harder to move around than it is playing the county stuff. To change life and move down there. So it worked well. So I got down there. I think I played a few grade games, and grade standard wasn't the best down there, so dominated that and got into the one-day team, and had a happy 3 years down there playing, and 3 years of Hurricanes, which was awesome fun.
So Ben, when you say that, did you just make the plunge to go there and try and break into the team, or did they show interest in you when you didn't get your contract?
Yeah, I think it was all from my side. I was the proactive one saying, like, I want to keep going. I can get into your one-day team. And they were happy that, to Tassie's credit, they were, come down, doors are open.
Yep.
Obviously can't give you a contract, but if you show us what you can do, so in Australia, if you play, I think it's 3 or 4 one-days, you get upgraded to a contract and become part of the squad sort of thing. So I ticked that off, in the first 4 games, I think. So that was cool, and loved it down there. Tassie's a great place for your cricket. It's a very simple life, easy to get around. Outside of a little bit of Scottish weather, it's not too bad.
Yeah, no, I've been. We went there for the Under-19 World Cup for preparation on the way out to New Zealand, and it's a really chilled out place, very different from Brisbane. The fish town, and just it seems like you're just in a nice relaxed place. So it might have been a good place for you to take yourself just away from like maybe the big city of Brisbane, just distractions, and really focus.
A little bit, and just the challenge of meeting new people and new environments. And I've always been one that, I think, because I always feel like haven't been that gifted skill-wise and stuff, but people probably watch us and go, well, your dad played Test cricket and you played for Australia, you probably got a fair bit of gifted, but always trying to prove people wrong that I am better than what you think I am. So I just saw that as another challenge to, once you get sacked, to move down and say, no, I'm not crap, I'm not done, I'm pretty good still. And proud of myself to be able to do that and come out the other side and still playing now.
Shows a test of your character, Benny, because a lot of guys probably at that point would have thought, right, time to go and get a job, my career's ended, and you made the plunge, and you pretty much took to it again. Your old mates, New South Wales, man, I don't know what they've done to you to upset you, but you took another 6-4. You took another 6-4 for Tassie against New South Wales in a match. Do you remember that well?
Yeah, I do. That was second game again. So it was my second game for Queensland. I did that, and then second game for Tassie. So I think my first game was a bit different. We were at the MCG, and I'm pretty sure we got pogoed for 350 or something. And I was like, wow, this isn't going to end well. And then, second game, a bit of a worse wicket at Monica in Canberra, and bowled pretty well and suited my slower balls nicely. So once again, getting that early success and just feeling like you're part of it again, it was just huge. So it was a good day. Random day in Sunday, I think, in Adelaide, in ACT. So not too much open on a Sunday night in the ACT back then. So not too much celebrating, but no, it was good times. And then, I think that might have been the last year that in Australia we had the one day spread out the whole summer. It'd be every Wednesday or every second Wednesday or something. So I much preferred that sort of format, because you sort of played a game, you could reassess, work on some things during the week, and then go into the next game and try and correct those things. Whereas the following year, they just made it all the 3-week tournament sort of thing, and you were just wham, bam, done sort of thing, and your season was over by 3 weeks into it, and I didn't really have much more cricket until the T20s would come around. So, but no, Tassie was good, and got to play with some great mates down there. George Bailey and Ed Cowan and Hilfenhaus and Tim Payne and all these guys, which was cool.
Well, two guys you named there, both proed and had a couple of good spells proing in Scotland. Ed Cowan, George Bailey. George Bailey played. Well, both of them played for Scotland as well as the kind of overseas players. Two good blokes, two outstanding cricketers. I think Ed Cowan's actually been a bit hard done by. At the top of the order for Australia. I think he could have got a lengthier period in the team.
No, I don't have to agree with that. That's for sure. But both. To be honest, George has probably been hard done by as well.
Yeah, I think George is captain. He had a period as captain where I thought he did amazingly well in a transition period, and then it seems like he just gone out of favour. Yeah. Moving on.
I agree with that.
You did extremely well early doors in in your competition. I'd call the Big Bash Ben Laughlin's competition. I mean, you just took to this. You took to T20 like an absolute house on fire. It's right up your street from playing cricket with you. You know, you're made for it. You're a total all-round cricketer. You do everything. You give everything 100%. You do it all really well. So, and the one thing in your bowling that I've always associated with you with is you're always looking to take wickets. Is that's something that you've had instilled in you from youth?
I know it might look like that. I just feel like that's nowhere near what my mindset is, though, to take wickets. It's always about restricting, and I think my belief is from restricting runs, errors come and wickets follow, sort of thing. So that's my mind. Yeah, and I read, I think Harbhajan wrote something a couple of weeks ago saying he's always trying to get a wicket. Every ball is trying, and I'm like, rarely am I. The only time I'm trying to get a wicket is this. I feel the game's drifting or almost dead, and I've got to roll the dice and have a big crack. Yeah, so it's yeah, that's how my mindset's always worked, and it's worked pretty well. Yeah, but I'm always feel like I'm sort of negative bowling, trying to keep runs down, and everything else sort of flows from there.
The reason I say that is because you bowl about 6 different balls and over. But is that because, so now my thinking, trying to get inside your thinking there is you read the game very well. So if a batter's trying to do a certain thing, you're thinking, right, how am I going to stop him scoring the next ball? I need to change it up here a little bit.
Yeah. I'm a tragic Jackie, so I watch way too much cricket and try and get as much info as I can from players. And so I don't really like looking at footage as in broken up segments of games. I prefer to watch whole games. And so I watch every Big Bash game for how many years? We got about 10 years now, probably. And then I even try and watch all the domestic one days just to get any info you can on the way guys will play a certain situation and their decision making and all that. And that helps. And then in Australia, we also we normally get stuck on one side of the ground. So we normally have a big boundary, short boundary, and that can help in your mind reading of what a guy's going to do. They're obviously going to try and target shorter boundaries or vice versa. And you can, if you know the way a guy plays and short boundaries, you can always weigh in the odds and try and work it out. So I try and explain it like it's a bit like a poker hand, and all you're trying to do is play the odds, play the percentages. And if the percentages are in my favour, I'm happy with that option and I'll go with that. But rarely will I, make a really bad call for no reason. It's got to be, I work through things and try and make my decision with all the information I've got.
No, it's interesting to hear your mindset there. I mean, you performed fantastically well in your first season in the Big Bash. You took 14 wickets, the most of any player. Was that just again, your game was really starting to get to its you knew your bowling really well?
Yeah, I look back, and the first 3 years, my 3 years at Hobart, I still look back and go, I absolutely had no idea what I was doing. As in, I obviously mustered, but I just feel like I didn't have a clear mind, and it wasn't as simple as what it was, or not that it's simple, but my mindset isn't as simple what it is now. So, but then the results they're probably almost identical of what I've been doing when I have been completely conscious of what's going on. So it's a hard one to figure out. I think I read the game much better now, but it just suited the way I played. And I don't know, maybe it's a bit of everything as well. Batters weren't quite as ambitious or didn't have their game set up as well then, so you got away with a bit more of your bowling, whereas these days everyone's so clear on their plans and what they want to do and their skills that if you miss, it's game over. So it's bit of both. I still feel my first couple of years I had no idea what I was doing. I was a pretty experienced cricketer then. I would have been 29 or 28, and still feel like I was just a deer in headlights and trying to figure it out on the run. Yeah.
Just thoughts. How much do you guys? I mean, you obviously talk about you watch a lot, and I know a lot of the squads and stuff now that you do a lot of looking at and analysing opponents and stuff, analysing your own technique and what you're doing, but watching a lot of it. I mean, do you, as a bowling unit, do you spend a lot of time watching? Like, so if you're playing against Adelaide strikers on a Thursday, are you getting together as a bunch of bowlers and watching what you're going to be coming up against?
No, the Australian method these days is more so. Sorry, I won't say Australian method. Back in Adelaide, when I was in Adelaide in the last year in Brisbane, it's more of a all the footage is there. We've actually got this amazing app on our phone where I can search anything I want and watch it all there, which is cool. But yeah, it's more because some guys I don't actually like watching footage because you don't get the context of the game. So if a guy's playing a shot and he hits a 6-over cover, you don't actually understand if he might have faced 8 dot balls and then he has to play this ridiculous shot and it's a 6-over cover because he's just swinging blindly. There's no context to what the game situation is. So I prefer to watch the full games and all that. So it's each to their own. Some guys like watching stuff. Some guys don't. Some guys like watching their own stuff more so. I sort of tend to see myself as the father figure or the leader of the information for the bowling units that I play in these days. So I'll sort of work out a plan that I think will work for each of normally my fast bowlers. Generally, I like to stick with my right armers because my left armers, I feel it's a different PhD. I don't have a PhD in left arm bowling.
Yeah.
I think, So in Adelaide, I had 4 other right arm fast bowlers. So that was a nice, easy mindset to work through with everyone. So, and then how you think their matchup will best work against each of them. And we'll just chit chat. And we normally just sit down on the field and have a real 10, 15 minute chit chat. And then because we're in Adelaide, we all live together in the same hotel. You find these organic conversations happen all the time. You go and have a coffee and a breakfast and cricketers talk about cricket. It's what we do. So these plans just come up and you work through them and we all sort of get there in the end. So yeah, I just love talking about all that stuff, but my preparation's a lot of visualization. And if you had told me 3 or 4 years ago that I would say that I like to do visualization, I would have called you a dick and told you to shut up. And then I finally realized that I do so much of it. I just don't actually sit down and dedicate time to it. I don't sort of go, right, I'm going to sit down here and visualize what's happening today. It might be, I don't know, I'm having a shower and I start thinking about what Dre Russ might do if I bowl here and bowl there, and I'll work out a formula for if he does this, I'll do that. If he's going there, I'll do this. And then put that to bed, and then I don't know, I might be brushing my teeth and start thinking about what if Baz McCullum starts coming at me and gives himself space, what am I going to do? And I try and have a scenario planned out for every movement where I will go and what my option will be. So I try and get all that sorted. Sometimes with our back-to-back games, only a day between, it's a bit challenging sometimes to figure every scenario out, but I've normally got a fair idea.
Doesn't always go to plan though, I'd imagine as well, all that visualization. Sometimes you can just get on the park and things can go out the window and you've got to react to.
Yes and no. I think if things go out the window, it's normally because you're bowling junk.
Right.
So
okay.
That doesn't mean the plan's wrong. It just means your execution.
What I mean is maybe Dre Russ decides today that he doesn't want to try and put you over long on for 6 and he tries to, I don't know, the batsman does something that they
Yeah, really. Normally, that happens. Normally, winning because they're doing something they don't normally do. I have 2 or 3 occasions in my mind throughout probably my Big Gash career that I sort of go, "Wow, I did not see that shot coming," and they still haunt me to this day. Yeah, I remember John O'Wells, little Wellsy, was playing for Hobart, and I was in Adelaide. He ran down and smacked me over my head, and I was like, I never ever thought that was going to happen. I did not see that. It still bugs me to this day.
Yeah,
but those sorts of things. So. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But otherwise, if somebody tries to do something out the ordinary, that makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, well, I must be doing something right.
Yeah, I'd say so. If you go, well, I haven't seen that before, because rarely will a guy be able to perfect a shot that he's never shown on TV before. As in, you don't normally just bring it out and it's perfect. So, and you'll hear whispers if guys are doing heaps of laps and whatever. There's normally enough players from different states and different teams that you'll get some information that this guy's been working on this, blah blah blah. So hopefully,
James Hopes is kicking about gossiping.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
You mentioned Hopes. He's a bit of a gossip.
Well, Hopes he's our assistant coach, so he knows everything.
There you
Sometimes
go.
he knows too much. Yeah.
He sounds
Yeah.
like the
Sometimes
perfect.
he
He
knows.
sounds like the perfect
Yeah.
assistant coach.
No, he's very good.
You then you did really, really well once again. Called back into the Australian national team for two T20s v Sri Lanka. Talk to me again. Did you again? That must have been a bit more. You'd had a taste for it. You must have known that there was potential that you could have maybe got back in.
Yeah, I think I was bowling pretty well at that stage. So I think I can't really remember, but I remember, actually I can remember. I was thinking I should get a call from a number I don't know here on my phone.
Yeah.
On the day, I knew the day it was going to be announced, and I was like, right, I think I should get a call here. And I was out having lunch in Tassie and in Hobart, and call came. So that was cool. It was almost, I reckon that was one of my goals. So once getting there and then falling out the other end of it and getting sacked from Queensland and getting to Tassie, my goal was I want to get back there just to prove that wasn't a fluke. And that was what I wanted to do. So that was a bit of a pretty proud moment. I reckon I went out to the golf course that afternoon, and in Tassie, it's like Scotland, it's light till real late. So I reckon I was playing 9 holes by myself at, I don't know, 7:30 at night, just thinking how cool is this? And it's all sort of worthwhile. And got there in the end. But then performance-wise, let myself down. Probably got a little bit overawed by the occasions there. If you look back at some of my little errors in that game, like something wasn't quite right. I don't know if you overthink it or whatever, but I dropped a catch. Tough catch, but I dropped the catch and missed a pretty simple run out. And got a little bit lost in one of the games as well as in reading the situation. So disappointing, but nice to get another chance.
Well, listen, disappointing for you because you know how hard you work as a cricketer, but you're representing your country again is something you'll be very proud of. You must have been so proud of your father that he played for his country. You've got your boys. You're going to be, to be able to tell your two boys that dad played for Australia. I'm sure one of them already knows that now. He's getting a little bit older now. What age are your boys?
Ollie's 4. And Williams 1.5. So Ollie's last Big Bash was all over it. I think he thinks Big Bash is kind of like everyone's dad plays Big Bash. I think he sort of thinks that, like he's at that age. But no, he didn't really like cricket. And then after Big Bash last year, I've been bowling that many balls to him. It's ridiculous. But no, it's awesome. That was part of the main move that I came back to Brisbane was just to get the boys involved and my family more involved in what I did get to do. So. Yeah, that was cool.
No, good. So you then made another. From here, this is where your story just kind of, Ben Laughlin. You played absolutely everywhere, as I've mentioned. But one of your first moves was 2013-14 season. You played. You went over to New Zealand, and you played for the Northern Knights. Talk to me about that move.
So that was awesome. So I think the year prior, I went and played one game for Canterbury, just on a one-off, one T20 game. And so I got a little taste of the New Zealand cricket stuff there. And then the following year, this came up through an old cricketing coach that sort of contact that was working over there now. So they used to try and run their I think it was the Georgie Pie Big Bash, or whatever they call it, Super Smash, prior to the Big Bash. So a few overseas players could play in both, and a couple of Aussies could come over and whatnot. So I got to go and play 5 or 6 games, I think, in New Zealand in the lead up to the Big Bash that year, and loved it. Playing in New Zealand was one of my all-time great experiences. I met some awesome people over there, and where did
you stay? Where was it exactly you stayed? Because I spent one season. I stayed in Whangarei in the North Island.
Whangarei, right up north. Yeah.
Yeah. So whereabouts were you staying?
So that's part of ND. ND is basically almost the whole North Island of New Zealand. But we stayed based in Hamilton. So Seton Park is the home ground there, which is about an hour from Auckland. But so my first games for ND were there were some test matches or one days going on or something, and they decided to rest some of the Kiwi boys for workload, so they came back and played T20. So our ND team was Southey, Bolt, Vittori, Scott Styris was playing, BJ Watling, Daniel Flynn, Dean Brownlee,
Pretty much
missing
the
a guy called
New
Anton Devcic. Yeah, it was the
pretty
whole
much the
team.
New
Like
Zealand team.
if someone else had to come back, I wasn't getting the game. So yeah, that was just amazing. Like I'd actually met Dan Vittori once when we were in the South Africa on that Aussie tour. They were there for the IPL starting just after that, so I got to meet him once there. And had a man crush on him ever since then, and yeah, to be able to go and play a few games with him towards the back end of his career was amazing. Yeah, so that was super cool. And yeah, New Zealand they're not as well funded as Australia are, so everything's not on a silver spoon. There's not as many coaches. It's got a bit more of a club cricket feel to it. Not saying the standards anything like that, but you get in and get your work done by yourself, and you're working with your teammates, and you're doing a bit more of that. It's a bit more of the feeling that I like from a club team or from a cricket team. So yeah, that was awesome fun. I ended up playing. I must have done 5 years at ND.
Wow.
As the years went on, it was the tournaments tended to clash a bit more, so I could only play 2 games or 3 games or here or there. But yeah, I reckon I ended up having 5 seasons going back and forth there. So yeah, I've got some really good friends from ND that I love. Yeah, catching up with and seeing. Oh, Ish Sodhi, I forgot Ish Sodhi, Mitch Satner.
Yeah.
Another couple.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty much the end. That's pretty much the New Zealand current. The majority of the New Zealand current team.
I think they had 10 in a one-day team a couple of months ago. Yeah, which was pretty cool.
Mental.
Yeah.
Again, your favourite thing to do, Ben, is take 6 wickets in a game.
Yeah, you like this one.
You took 6 for 28 vs Wellington, which equals the best figures for T20 in New Zealand. What a day!
That was an amazing day. That one's on YouTube if you find that one.
Oh no, is it okay? I'll be checking that.
It's not great, but it's there. Interesting day. I got pumped. I had none for 22 off my first 2, and then took 6 for 6 off the last 2. So, yeah, just got the ball.
Okay. So so the wickets, the 6 wickets came in 2 overs.
Yeah, I reckon I was on 2 hat-tricks or something like that. Yeah, it was just
bloody hell.
Every Yorker I bowled was perfect, or just if I bowled top of off, it would just nick the top of off, or yeah, it was just a day out really, which was pretty cool. I don't think I've had another one, to be honest, since then, but yeah, it was really good fun. I think it was our last game before I had to shoot back to Australia too, so that was great fun. Yeah, the good memories.
Oh, unbelievable, mate, unbelievable. Went back to Australia again, leading wicket taker in the Big Bash League for the Hobart Hurricanes with 18 wickets at a strike rate of you took a wicket every 12.8 balls. I mean, that's why again I just classify you as a wicket taker, a guy. That's why I wanted. It's so interesting to get inside your mindset.
Yeah.
Because playing with you, you would always just seem like you were trying to make something happen, and you would always make something happen, and it shows in your stats throughout your career.
Yeah, I always try and keep stumps in play. Like, I don't like bowling top of 4th. I think that's a waste, especially in T20. It's a cut shot, I reckon. You've either got to hit the stumps or you're hitting a wide line. I think there's not much really in between. In between spots, yeah. But yeah, I also bowl a lot of the end shaky, so you get some junk wickets at the end. It's quite handy. You get a couple of sneaky ones.
You're obviously, you talked about it earlier. You're magical with the slower ball. It's been a real find for you and your skills. You use it so well. I mean, so many bowlers try to do it, but I mean, it's one you really need to back yourself, because if it goes wrong, it can go horribly wrong, and you can get disappeared out of the park doing it.
Yeah. I think my whole thing with slower balls is they've got to do something. They've got to have some revs on them, or they've got to swing or do something. If you're just going to bowl a ball that's slower, you get no chance. So
yeah, I
think it needs to be a ball that if you bowl 6 in a row, you're as good a chance of getting a wicket as bowling 6 seam up balls in a row. So yeah, and mine's now, it's been so ingrained for a long time, my whole action and everything. So it's such I could probably bowl it better than I can bashing top of off with an outswinger. So it's just, yeah, it feels so natural to me. And like, I've even got my finger now bends. You probably can't see that. It sort of bends around the ball now, the way I hold it. Yeah. So it's that you bowl that many, it's sort of just, I don't know, your bone structure changes and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But no, it's cool. Yeah. I'd like to see more guys coming on the scene that really it's like so much time has to go into working on them. Whereas young kids these days, I talk to and they're like, "Oh, I've got a slow ball," and they go, "Oh, I bowled 2 this net session." You're like, "Well, 2 balls. That means you'll bowl 100 of them in a year. Like,
Yeah.
that's you're not going to perfect the ball bowling 2 every net session. So you need to get your 1,000 hours up, or whatever it is, to get it to match ready, so you can back it on under pressure situations. So yeah, sometimes I think we lose focus on that a little bit.
Well, you know that you obviously you've still a young man, still a good few seasons left in you, but there's definitely a scope there for you to go on and be a coach, and I'm sure you'd be perfect to teach the next generation that. 2013 is also a season where things really started going into overdrive. I mean, you were signed to go and play in the IPL for the Rajasthan Royals. Bank balance just kind of went a bit like, cha-ching, all those years of effort.
Yeah, 13 would have been CSK, would have been Chennai.
All right, okay, my mistake, my mistake.
You're right, but if you go further deeper there, you notice that I got bought for $20,000 US.
Yeah.
Which I was happy with, but I think I was in the auction. You're watching the auction, and I think I came out after Chris Morris. I was the person after Chris Morris. So we had the same starting price of 20,000, whatever, how many lakh that was. I think Chris Morris ended up at 840, and I stayed at 20 or something. Yeah. It was just amazing how and we're in the same team, how things change. Yeah, but no, going to India and playing was just ridiculous, and to go to a team like Chennai with so many superstars in it was amazing. And if you haven't been to India, Pakistan's obviously the same. How different the culture and the love of cricket and how ingrained it is in the people, fanatical they are. It's something that's got to be seen if you're a cricket fan.
While we're on it, can we just talk about your IPL then and the years that you played? I don't want to make a mistake again. Tell me which years that you played IPL and which teams you played for.
So I was at CSK and I played 2 games. I think Morris was late coming over, so I got to play the first game, and that was against Mumbai, and Sachin and Ricky opened the batting. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember Dirk Nannes blew off Sachin's pad, and no one really wanted to appeal, but they sort of had to. Yeah, so that was
because I've heard cool. It's like an anti-climax when Sachin gets given out in India. It's like a silence. It's like
it was like oh, do we just go home now? Do we? Yeah. So that was cool. Yeah, amazing to play in a game like that. And then I got one more game that year. But didn't nail either of them. I don't think I was horrendous. Oh, maybe I was horrendous, but didn't nail them. And then missed out for probably 2 years, I think. And then got picked up by the Sunrisers at Hyderabad. The year they won it the previous year. So got picked up there. And I was probably bowling the best I've ever bowled going into that thing. I had a great big bash and had really gone well everywhere and just didn't get a gig. I got a bit sick